Hey, hello everyone. We will be starting soon. If you dropped your question, that's all I need is you to drop it once. Make sure that you're here for your turn. We'll get started in just a minute. I have 3 people. I have Mariana, Susan, and Sienna's questions. We're going to wait for a couple more people to join in, and then we will get started. So stick around and we'll get your questions answered, okay? Hey, Susan, my day is going well. It's actually been a really great day. My husband has a new schedule, so we get 3-day weekends now with him, which has been really nice. So that is like what is probably gonna turn into maybe you guys seeing me more often on the weekends. I say maybe because I'm not sure if there's a specific day we're gonna set for that or if it's just gonna be at some point over the weekends. But having him home means that I can get on here at least once, hopefully more than one time per weekend. So you guys should be seeing me more often this summer. All right, we're going to start with Mariana. I have a yes for Mariana, King of Wands. Diana. Or sorry, Susan. Susan, this is for you. I have a no, 9 of Wands. Where's my starting soon banner? Okay, there it is. This one's for Sienna. Are you having fun over there? He hasn't seen that in a couple days. That toy specifically. I was trying to save it for when we do the Love Island night to so he has new stuff to play with. Sienna, I have a yes, the Hierophant. All right, content. Oh, that flew out quickly. I'm getting a yes. 8 of Wands. It flew out of the deck fast. 8 of Wands also means something fast approaching. News coming on quickly, that kind of thing. So, yeah, that's a yes for me. You're welcome, everyone. Hey, IJ, how are you? All right, this is for IJ. You're welcome, everyone. Thank you guys for liking the live. I have a no 10 of swords for IJ. To me, that means that this is a temporary thing that's coming to an end, which means that she'll probably be back on your page soon because 10 is about ending. So this is like essentially saying no, not lately, but it's not long lasting, I guess you could say. You're welcome. All right, friends, drop your questions. Just a couple more minutes left of the free list, and we're moving on to donations. All right, for Ray, hello. Ray, hello. I have a yes, the Emperor. Hey, Sag girl. Give me 1 second. Hey, Tacaster. I'm doing well, thank you. Sag girl, this is for you. For Sag girl, I am getting a no. I have the 8 of Cups in the Chariot. The Chariot in this deck is making me feel a little bit like Tweezy's confused about which direction they're heading, but the 8 of Cups does feel like this is a the I guess trajectory, like this is the decision that has been made by this person is to just move on. Again, that could change, but to me right now I'd say that that's where this person's head is at, is to not return. To Caster, let's take a look here. To Caster, yes or no? To Caster, I have a yes. Queen of Wands and Six of Wands. All right, friends, that is it for the free list right now. If this stream is not very long, then I'll probably be back to do more free readings later on this evening. So come back later if you don't plan on donating. I'm not going to discriminate on like who gets a free reading and who doesn't. Maybe you guys can get more than one free question tonight. But if this stream ends up being a little bit longer and we get some donations coming through, then I probably will not be back again. So we're just going to play it by ear, but definitely come back later if you see me on again. As of right now, free list is closed. We're just going to move on to donations. Donations are open. We do have some new reading options that haven't fully been explored. I think I started this a couple weeks ago, maybe like a month or two ago, but I haven't really been able to utilize it too much because I haven't really been here. But I do have a 10-minute unlimited question option for $20, which I think is fun. I don't have this option for private readings right now, and so I figured I would do it over on live streams where basically you can fire around as many questions as you have and we get through as much as possible. This is really great for those of you who are like torn because maybe you have 5 questions you want to ask, but you're like, I don't really want to pay for 5 separate questions. This is the best bang for your buck. And then if you have more questions that add on to that, whether they're just straightforward yes, no, or you want a little elaboration, we can go as fire round or as in-depth as you want. The 10 minutes is yours to do what you wish with that. I also have timing as a reading. Most people like to add that on to their readings. However, I was like, sometimes people just want to know a timing. So let me go ahead and make that a specific reading within itself. And same for the channel message cards. Those were also add-ons, and now those are an actual reading option. Hey, Ray, that sounds great. I think you're actually one of the first people who did this the last time. So I'll go ahead and set the timer. You get your questions ready to go. As soon as you drop your first question, we'll get started, okay? If for whatever reason I have to pause or stop in the middle of your reading, I will pause the timer. I don't foresee that happening at all. But if something happens and I need to, you'll still get your full time, okay? Is he itchy? Okay. Where's he itching at? The back of the hip. So I didn't put lotion there. So I think we need to do that real quick. I can hold him if you want me to while you do it. Okay. Yeah, I'm watching that. Okay. More about the secret admirer from work. Okay. I will let you know when we're starting the timer. Give me just a second.
Girl. Oh, yeah.
Just hit my knee on the corner of this thing again.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Ray. So just a reminder how this goes, okay? If you have a new question that you want me to just move on to, put it in the chat and I will stop the reading that I'm working on and we'll move on to the next thing. So whenever you feel like I've answered your question in full, drop the next question. IJ, I got your donation as well. So you're going to be next after Ray. All right, tell me about this person. All right, starting the clock, Ray. So this person is very in touch with their emotions. They're very in touch with their like how they're feeling, how they perceive the world. Cancer energy as well. We have the Chariot here. I feel like this person might have a hard time kind of making decisions. So there could be some like air qualities about them where they're kind of like torn. What do I do? What do I do? And whenever they're not sure, they're focusing directly onto their own intuition. So I think this person could be highly intuitive. They have their own inner world, very much like that water energy. So I'm getting like water and air specifically. The inner world things kind of Pisces a bit, but I will say that I feel like they're the kind of person that does like when they're thinking to themselves, it's very rare that they're speaking that thought out loud. I think that they are on more of the inner world, inner reserved side. When they speak, it's more for a reaction or to make an impression. And what they're really thinking or what they're really feeling is like deep down inside. You're welcome, Sag. So we're getting water energy. We're getting a little bit of air. That's the main thing that I'm picking up as far as signs go. We do have the Emperor here. What do they like about you? Let's see. What do they like about you? What do they like about her? All right, so we pulled the dilettante card. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. But what they like about you is that you have your own personal interests. You are professional where you have to be, but they can tell that there's something beyond the surface of that. That maybe you're like a jack of all trades, so to speak. You know, it doesn't mean that you lack depth or that you have casual interest exactly, but more so that you have vast interests. You're interested in multiple things, that your profession is more a means to an end. It's more like, I need the paycheck, but I would rather be doing so many other things. And I think this person can tell that there's so much more beyond the surface, that you dabble in this and dabble in that. Like you might surprise this person with your knowledge. You might surprise this person with like a trivia fact or some like really random thing that you know about. And they're like, wow, there's definitely more going on underneath the surface. This person knows so much about everything. So there could just be like different areas of, you know, your intellect, your mind that this person is very much drawn to. You may also be very creative, very artistic. And if that's the case, that's being spoken through here. And the creative side of things doesn't necessarily mean you know how to paint or you can make molds or things like that with clay. Like I'm just saying, like creativity can be through your invention, the way that your mind works. It could be through like you could have this most random off like creative outlet. Like you could be really good at making tablescapes or putting charcuterie boards together, or like, you know, or it could just be a traditional route of art, you know, singing and dancing or acting, something along those lines. But I feel like he sees just pure talent when he thinks of you, looks at you, and is interested in you as well. Feels that you are very benevolent and compassionate, and feels like you, I don't know, are you religious at all? I don't know. There's just a purity that's coming across that he's seeing in you, like very angelic. Like the something about you just feels like you are very pure. You don't let a lot of people in. You don't let a lot of people like tarnish your good name. So sometimes that can be perceived as like very godly. Someone who has really good morals at a minimum. Just make sure when you sit back, hon, you're not sitting on him because he just jumped behind you. Just someone with like a good head on their shoulders who like believes in being good, doing good, being compassionate to other people. So you're just generally very kind. He feels like you have a way with words. The mediator card is here. You have a gift for being fair, and being able to see both sides of a situation, having respect for both sides of a situation. And, you know, I think that he's drawn to that because he too has that, as I mentioned, that indecisive aspect to himself where he can feel torn or it can be hard, and he can get analysis paralysis because he is like, well, I see how this would be a good decision, but I also see how this would be a good decision. And so for you, being that person that can see both sides to things, like maybe he feels like you're very fair. You don't talk bad about other people. For example, if there's drama going on in the workplace, you're trying to give people the benefit of the doubt and trying to be a good person in the midst of that. Maybe you're really good at what you do professionally as well, and he feels like you delegate these tasks, and that he's in awe of that, or he is inspired by that as well. I also have the child magical attribute here, seeing that you see the beauty in all things, that you don't let the world get you down, like you believe everything is possible. Maybe you're very good at like manifesting. Are you similar in many ways? I would say you are similar in the way that you process decisions. That's something that's been coming through. But let me check and see, actually. Hold on 1 second. Pull card. Just so you know, we're at the 3-minute mark. Are they similar in many ways? Let's see. I'm getting a no for many, but how are they similar? How are they similar? We have the 10 of Swords. So the 10 of Swords, it's kind of like, and this is kind of a shitty club to be a part of, but like if you feel like you have been wronged in certain ways, you know, like if you feel 10 of Swords, you have been like betrayed, or you feel like people have not treated you fairly, like he's a part of that club too. Like he feels like he's been there as well. Just a general love and career. General love and career. Seven of Wands. All right, so this is love and career. A challenge, but you'll get over it. You've got some attachments, some some ties, I guess you could say. The devil is here, meaning that your past keeps trying to come up in both the work and love. Love, let's start with love here. The Empress and the Page of Pentacles. Weird thing to say, but very fertile right now. Like if you don't plan on getting pregnant, just know the Empress energy is around you. That could be something that happens where you fall pregnant. The Empress here is basically stating that you are in your like higher self, like best version, glow up, or you're working to achieve that, and you're attracting in that equal love, that emperor type of energy. The Page of Pentacles is here saying that an opportunity is going to come up in your dating life to pursue someone specific, and I think I hear you saying like who will that be, and I have the High Priestess, so that's basically saying who you think will happen or what you think will happen is going to come to pass. As far as career goes, because we have about 30 seconds left, career, we have the Nine of Swords. I think you're looking for an opportunity in career, maybe a shift or some kind of change that you're like, this just can't be my forever. That opportunity is not coming as quickly as the love option is, but I think that with some changes that you make on your own, finding a path that feels more in alignment to you, making those minor free will changes and calls to action will get you better on that path. So start doing some looking into things. Basically, it's just to conclude. Oh, that was the timer. Just to conclude here with the Nine of Pentacles, I see you long term doing something that gives you a lot of leisure. So something where you're working maybe 10 hours a week and the rest of the time you're just doing whatever the F you want to do. The Nine of Pentacles means that you worked really hard in the beginning of your life, so that way you can relax and enjoy a life of leisure later on down the line. Right now, the career that you're in is not leading you down that path. I think that there's a pivot that needs to happen. I think that's where Spirit is saying things are a little bit stuck with this current job, but eventually you will live that life. So the Hierophant is basically saying find people that align with your way of thinking, like whatever your goals are, gravitate towards people like that, so that way you can learn from them and kind of put yourself back onto that path of, or I not back onto it, but eventually onto it, so that way you can have the life that you're looking for. The Hierophant is like putting yourself into alignment, being surrounded by people who have a similar lifestyle to you, reaching, searching, doing research literally, to figure out how to make those things happen for you, because you have goals, you have plans, you have things you want to do in life, but you need the vehicle that's going to get you there. So basically, Spirit is saying when you start that planning, that can pivot. But right now, I do feel like you're in a place with your career where it's not really going to give you that end result that you're looking for. You're kind of stuck here until some changes are made. So that is what I have for you, Ray. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you want to do another 10 minutes, let me know. And if there's anything else I can do for you, let me know. If not, I am going to move on to IJ. We got a donation from him. Picky Cat, welcome in. We are not doing free questions anymore. If you would like to donate, we can answer that question for $5. You're welcome, Ray. I hope you have a good rest of your night. Next up, we have IJ for an in-depth reading. IJ, whenever you're ready, feel free to let me know what your question is. Let me see if IJ sent me a message on Instagram because maybe the question is there. Look at my intuition paying off. Okay, so IJ, in-depth. Okay. So IJ, I am going to do offline for you, so I'll shuffle and go mute, but I am going to stay live while I do it just in case somebody else comes through with a donation, okay? All right, IJ, we are shuffling for you now. Hey, Taka, I got your donation. I'm finishing up IJ's reading right now, but you'll be next. Do you want to leave your questions with me, or are you going to stick around? You'll leave your questions. Okay, that sounds good. Just leave your question with me. All right. So, question 1, Jay's thoughts towards you. Finally saw him at work. Yay! He stopped at a store location I was at. Work has been chaotic lately due to us losing so much stuff at various stores. Wow, what is that about? Question 2, Jason's next actions. He wanted even still on Wednesday when he saw you. Oh gosh, he gave me space to ramp, but he also gave me compliments saying I'm mature. Oh my gosh. Okay. Got it. All right, girl. I'm finishing up with IJ's reading and then I will be doing yours. So if you're here, you're here. Great. If not, no big deal. Like our new crew members randomly quitting on us. One of my shift leads put their 2 weeks in. She had been working with me for 2 years, just random. Then one of Jay's store managers. Jeez.
Oh my God.
What is going on, man? I guess summeritis is coming through and everyone wants to leave their job. Yeah, you're welcome. Sounds good, girl. Well, I'm about to get shuffled for you right now. So that works out great. All right, Jay's thoughts towards you lately. Well, cards flying everywhere right now. All right, let's see.
Choke yourself on it, silly.
Be careful.
Choke yourself on it. Right?
All right, Taka. So, he feels like you are, how do I put this? Sunshine, like in human form. You give him something that makes him feel like he is found, like he was lost and then he's found, like you make him feel like he feels like there's a place for him with you and near to you, and maybe that's why he feels like open enough to vent to you or communicate certain things, because he's like, she gets me, she makes me feel seen. And it's through your generosity, it's through the words that you say, it's through your general presence and demeanor. It's something about your energy that makes him feel like,
Whoa.
like you beam with light and love and understanding. I think that while you make him feel so good, there's also things that he questions. This could be his own ego, but he's like, what is she thinking about me though? Like, I know what I feel for her, I know what I think about her, but what is it that she feels for me specifically? And I think that maybe when you're at work, you have so many things going on in your mind. Like, you could be like, oh, this needs to be tagged, or this needs to be stocked, or this, I forgot that this needs to be entered into the system, or I don't know what you do, but basically, like, you could have like a running list in your head of all the things that you have to do. And it can feel sometimes, and maybe he's the same way, but it can feel sometimes from his perspective that he doesn't know exactly how to read you sometimes. And it could be just because you're not paying attention to how you're coming across. You're just like, boom, 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 check this off, check that off, whatever, got to get this done. And you're present with him, you're trying to be present with him, but it's like your face, your body language, something like that is giving him like an unclear read for some reason. So he's like, what is she thinking? How is she feeling about me? And again, that could be his ego as well. So that could be like partly, him, it's nothing that you're doing, right? But it's just his concern of, what is she thinking about me in this moment? He would say that you get under his skin. He would say that you like, just really, your opinion matters so much to him that, he could be having an off day and you come around and it turns his whole day around. Like, you make such an impact on him. And so if things aren't going well, that can shift his whole mood. If things are going good, bless you, baby, that could affect his whole mood as well. Like, he's just saying, like, she just really doesn't understand the influence that she has on me. You said he's such a stoic person around other colleagues. Like, he was venting hella to me. Exactly, like he lets his guard down with you. Like, he lets his walls down for sure. People say you're hard to read. You're hard to read. You're hard to read for him as well. And I think that he wants to make sure that you feel, I guess, like, that you're a priority to him. He's saying, like, every day that he has with you, he wants it to be like a better day than the day before that he had with you. So he essentially, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, I don't know if it's like a specific quote or something. It's kind of like, why are you trying so hard? You've already got me. Like, we're already dating, or like, you don't have to try so hard. Like, I have feelings for you, or whatever. It's like, he doesn't care. He doesn't care if the feelings are there or not. He's saying, I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep winning her over every single day. Like, it doesn't matter to me if she has feelings. It doesn't matter to me if we're married. Like, I'm going to make sure that she knows that I'm going to choose her every day, and I'm going to fight for her. And I want her to feel like every day with me is better than the day before. I do have I do have a little bit of a message here, which I think kind of digs into the next reading a little bit, but he is saying that there is going to be some time apart that you guys are going to have again. It's a small little bag. Like, it's the image is he's packed a small bag, like a imagine like a carry-on a plane, like a backpack or a duffel bag or something. It's not for a long time, but he's saying like, I'm gonna need some time away from the store. Do you hear him? He's laughing at his dad. She's like, baby. His laughing must be coming through on the
Oh shit! No, you didn't.
oh my god, I was so happy. I thought that he
No, I did.
did.
I swear that he did.
He's probably working it up then. So yeah, that's kind of like leaning into actions a little bit, is him saying like, I am gonna have to get away. Thank you. My sister says he has like such a quintessential like baby laugh. Like, it sounds like a laugh track on a movie. His laugh is so baby. He needs a vacation. Okay, so yeah, there's something about taking time away. I don't know if it's time away from your store specifically, if it's time away from work or something, but he's like, I've got to get out. Like, I've got to get out of here. So that's leading into actions a little bit. So let's keep going here. Okay, actions first. Hey, Smiley, how are you? He said he's trapped at this location as a manager, and I guess family working there, so they all walked out. Oh. He's like, I hate it. Oh God. So if what it sounds like is he just goes where is needed, like that's kind of his role, is just to go where extra help is needed or required. Maybe you don't see him as much because you just do such a good job with your store or something. Super Bay, welcome in. Our free list is closed right now. Yes, no's are $5. So if you wanted to donate, feel free to do that and we can get that answered. If you want more of an elaboration, then it would be $8 for a mini or $13 for an in-depth. But you can always try. Let's see. Hold on one second. You can always try back another time too to see if I'm still doing free readings. Okay, pulling for your actions, Taco. Let's see. Maybe what you've got to do, Taco, is just like not do a good job at your store so that you can see him more. Maybe the solution is simple. Have drama or chaos, and then he'll show up. He is trying to eat it. We having fun?
With you. With you.
All right, if you guys are just now joining us, I'm finishing up a BOGO for Taka. And then donations are still open. I don't have a wait right now, so you would be next if you donated. Let's see. Action. We have the Knight of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. I feel like and this isn't quite an action, but I almost feel like with the Ace of Swords is all about clarity. It's about cutting through confusion, addressing something head on, addressing something directly. As an action, you would expect communication from this person. You would expect him to be very, very direct, very truth telling, very like firm with you. You're not getting that wishy-washy whatever from him. You're getting very clear communication. So this would be a really great time if you guys are talking about something, if you're looking for just straightforward honesty. That's what I was looking for. A straightforward communication without any kind of like haziness. This would be a good time to address that with him. Because I feel like he's in that truth telling energy. He wants to basically be very clear with you about how he's feeling, where he stands, what's going on in terms of your connection. So if, for example, you were like, well, am I going to see you again? He wouldn't be like, well, I really hope so. Maybe we'll see. Like, not like that. It would be like, well, I legit have so much shit on my plate. So it's very possible you're not going to see me for another week. You know, that kind of energy. Like he'll be very direct and straightforward with you at this time. So all I'm saying is, if there's anything you're wanting to get out of him, if there's any information you're wanting from him, now is the time to get that, because that's the energy that he's in. The Knight of Pentacles indicates that he's still wanting to do everything the right way, slow, steady, practical action. He's got a plan in mind when it comes to you, and he's not going to act impulsively. He's going to just keep forward with that plan, that reliability, dependability, consistency, being really responsible. I think this is just generally who he is to his core. If we were to give him an archetype card, it probably would be something in the Pentacle realm, just because he is so like methodical and very responsible. He moves with you very carefully and very deliberately. There's definitely an intention behind how he acts with you. There's thought behind every single action that he has. Very Pentacle energy. I think that he's going to rise to the challenge of not seeing you as much lately and still do what he can to spend time with you. He's overcoming this challenge. We have the Seven of Wands. So basically he's not seeing maybe being needed at other locations as a true obstacle to get to you. He's saying it is what it is. This is the job, but it's not going to stop me from trying to communicate with her or trying to see her. If the opportunity arises, I'm going to see her. I'm not going to let that be the thing that stands in the way of us, I guess, spending time together. So essentially fighting for you is what I'm getting. Refusing to back down. If he feels like your connection is important and he feels like this is something that he still wants to keep building upon. I think too, you might in your communication get from him something that he recalls. Like I'm hearing recall for some reason. So for example, something you might have told him a month ago, he'll bring up again because he wants you to know that he pays attention to you. He wants you to know that he hears what you say. So the Six of Cups here talking about revisiting the past or recalling something, basically acting from something that you guys communicated from in the past, or if you guys are building upon memories together, like having inside jokes, maybe creating more inside jokes, just to restore something really positive between the two of you. And nostalgia or inside jokes or just bringing something up that you guys have spoken to before brings you guys closer in an emotional way. It makes you feel like what you say to him is important to him because he's making it known that he remembers that this is something you told him and that he remembers it. So you might be noticing that a lot more in conversation of him bringing things up that you guys have discussed in the past as well. Two of Pentacles here saying that he has a lot going on that he's trying to juggle and trying to balance, just trying to adapt to that rather than making a commitment right now. But I still feel like he's going to still keep you at the forefront as much as possible. Now, the Hangman and the Magician came out together, and at a glance, the combination seems to be kind of opposite. It doesn't make sense because the Magician's like, I want to make things happen. I want to take initiative. I want to actively shape these circumstances with intention. And the Hangman is like, well, we're going to pause. We're going to wait, actually. We're going to observe. We're not going to take action. We're just going to like hang around here. But together they indicate that he is going through a period of strategic waiting. It's not inactivity, but he's like, I'm waiting for the kill. Do you get what I mean? Kind of like a lion in wait. Like, I'm not going to just jump to like my target basically, or I'm not going to jump to my prey now that you're prey, but you get what I'm trying to say. He's like, I want to be smart about this because I want it to work. So it may look like inactivity on the surface, but it's strategy, right? Like he's someone who could act but is choosing the right moment to do that. And I feel like that's kind of been his perspective all along, to be honest. But he's saying like, I'm not going to be impulsive because I want to manifest through my patience instead of trying to force something to happen or have something happen prematurely or before we're ready. Because I think what he's really hoping for this connection is something that's long lasting.
Oh, you dropped your toy?
He's looking like he's getting tired, babe.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see what time he woke up. Taka says, right, okay, I get you. Perfect. Margaret, hey there. My lists are closed right now. Feel free to check back later to see if I'm doing free reads again, okay? Hey, Booker.
You can see people.
You're welcome. All right, Taka, that is what I've got for you. If you want to add on for anything else, let me know. But I am going to go ahead and sign off. If not, Can you take him out of there and hold him?
I know.
All right, friends, that's where I'm going to leave it for right now. I am going to go ahead and sign off. Hope you have a good rest of your night, and everyone else will see you later.